What happens when the leaders of the world's most powerful authoritarian states stand shoulder to shoulder, sending a unified message to the globe? In a scene that would have been unthinkable just a few decades ago, Chinese President Xi Jinping, Russian President Vladimir Putin, and North Korean leader Kim Jong Un appeared together, in an unprecedented public display of solidarity. This wasn't a secret backroom deal or a quiet summit. It was a grand, choreographed spectacle, a massive military parade in the heart of Beijing. The message was clear, deliberate, and undeniably powerful. This is more than just a photo op. This is a dramatic reshaping of the global order, a signal that a new, powerful axis is forming, one that is ready to challenge the long-standing dominance of the United States and its allies. The sight of these three men, all of whom have faced severe opposition and sanctions from the West, together on a viewing platform overlooking Tiananmen Square, is a landmark moment in modern history. The question everyone is asking is not just what happened, but why? Why now, and what comes next? The event was ostensibly to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II, a day China refers to as the War of Resistance against Japanese aggression. But the symbolism on display had little to do with history and everything to do with the future. The parade was China's largest ever, a stunning display of military might, featuring thousands of troops and an arsenal of next-generation weapons. Tanks, hypersonic missiles, advanced drones, and stealth aircraft rumbled and soared past the leaders. It was a clear and unambiguous flexing of muscle. For Kim Jong Un, this was a moment of immense significance. This was his first known international trip in years, and his first ever appearance at a major multilateral event. The reclusive North Korean leader, typically known for his isolationist stance, traveled to Beijing on his armored train. His presence alone was a massive statement. He wasn't just there as a guest, he was given a place of honor, standing alongside Xi and Putin. This elevated status suggests a new level of diplomatic and strategic cooperation that has been quietly developing between Pyongyang, Beijing, and Moscow. The backdrop of this meeting is critical. Russia is in the midst of a protracted and bloody conflict in Ukraine. North Korea, according to South Korean intelligence, has been providing Russia with a significant amount of military aid, including missiles and artillery. This show of unity provides a public platform for these actions, almost a validation of their partnership. Kim's presence sends a message that North Korea is a key player in this new alignment, not just a pariah state. For Putin, it's a visible sign that despite Western sanctions and isolation efforts, he is not alone. He has powerful friends who are willing to stand with him. For China's President Xi, this parade was a masterclass in strategic signaling. By bringing Putin and Kim to the parade, he is positioning China as the central power in an emerging anti-Western bloc. It's a direct counter-narrative to the US-led alliances like NATO. Xi's speech at the event was filled with pointed remarks. He declared that China is never intimidated by any bullies, an apparent jab at the United States. He urged the international community to choose between peace or war, dialogue or confrontation, all while displaying the very tools of war to a global audience. The reactions have been swift and telling. US President Donald Trump weighed in on his social media platform, Truth Social, accusing the trio of conspiring against the United States. While the Kremlin was quick to dismiss the comment, the sentiment behind it is palpable. The image of the three leaders together has been a top story for news outlets around the world, from Al Jazeera to the Associated Press. It's clear that the world is watching this new dynamic take shape. But what does this all mean for the average person? The consequences are far-reaching. This new alliance could have a profound impact on global trade, supply chains, and international security. If these nations deepen their cooperation on technology, economics, and military strategy, it could create a powerful counterbalance to the existing international order. This could mean a more fragmented world, where global institutions are less effective and regional conflicts are more likely to escalate. Experts and analysts are already poring over every detail of the event. The fact that the leaders from the US, Western Europe, and Japan were conspicuously absent speaks volumes. Instead, Xi's guest list included leaders from the global south and other countries often considered adversaries to the US, like Iran, Serbia, and Cuba. This further solidifies the narrative that China is building a new coalition of states, independent of, and in opposition to, Western influence. For decades, the world has operated under a system largely shaped by the US and its democratic allies. This event in Beijing is a formal declaration of a shift away from that paradigm. It's an assertion that a multipolar world is not just a theory, but a reality under construction. The new arms and technology displayed at the parade, from hypersonic missiles to high-powered drones, are a testament to China's technological and military ambitions. They are not just seeking parity, they are seeking dominance. The bilateral meetings on the sidelines were just as important as the main event. Putin and Kim held formal talks, with Kim reportedly praising the bravery of North Korean soldiers fighting alongside Russian troops and pledging to do everything he can to assist Russia. This is not just a diplomatic courtesy, it's a strategic pact being publicly renewed. The synergy between these two nations on the battlefield and in the economic sphere is now undeniable. The parade was a massive PR victory for all three nations. For China, it showcased its growing military and diplomatic clout. For Russia, it demonstrated that it has powerful allies despite Western sanctions. For North Korea, it was a moment of global recognition and a signal of its new strategic importance. The image of Xi, Putin, and Kim together on that platform is an image that will be analyzed for years to come. It's a visual representation of a profound shift in global power. This gathering marks a new chapter in global relations. It is a moment of challenge, a moment of realignment, and a moment that signals the beginning of a new geopolitical era. The old world order is being questioned, and a new one is being forged, live, on the world stage. Whether this new axis will bring greater stability or lead to more confrontation remains to be seen, but one thing is for sure, the world will never be the same. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated with the latest breaking stories.